Hello, my name is Chef Tani and I'm going to show you today how to make rice pilaf. And so for making rice pilaf, first of all, we need 2 saucepans. We start with clarified butter. We let the butter melt and then we add the onion to it. And we're gonna sweat the onion. The difference between sweating and sauteing is the fact that we are cooking it in oil, but we don't want any coloration. So controlling the heat is really important. So the perfect ratio for making a rice pilaf is 1 to 1.5. I have 1 cup of rice over here and 2 cups of stock. I always start with a little bit more for evaporation, and I season it well. My way of seasoning the rice is through seasoning my stock. So I season it and then add a little bit more because rice will take a lot of salt into it. And then when my rice is ready to go in, when the onions are nice and translucent, I have my stock seasoned and hot to add to the pot. The idea of heating up your rice is, your stock is when you add it to the rice, it's going to come to a simmer immediately and you don't have time that you wait until it recovers. And this way the starches are not going to get out of the rice. Once I add the stock, I will stir it once and stop because I don't want the rice to release any starches. I want it to be like separated. My onions are becoming translucent, so this is the time to add my cup of rice. And I'm doing what's called a rissolet. The rissolet is adding your rice and heating it up, kind of like sauteing your rice. The reason we do it, we're coating it with the butter, which will help it later on become like the grain will be separated. Again, if I have any rice on the side, I will take it. I turned up the heat a little bit because the rice was cold, but now that I hear it's getting hot, I'm going to reduce the heat down. Before I'm going to add the stock, I'm going to taste it to make sure that it's seasoned correctly. It's nicely seasoned, so when it's nicely seasoned, I take another pinch of salt and put some extra. This is because it's going into the rice, and rice takes a lot of salt, okay? My rice, I can hear it. It starts getting hot, and it's like shiny, like that. My onions are completely translucent. And my stock is coming to a simmer, perfect timing. Now remember I said 1 to 1.5 ratio. It means rice to liquid. So it's 1 cup to 1.5 cup of liquid. So I'm gonna measure it up. I have here a 2 cup. So I need 1.5 cups, so 8 ounces is 1 cup and 12 ounces is 1.5 cups. So I'm going to fill it up to the line of the 12 ounces. A little bit more. A little bit more. 12 ounces, and I'm going to add it, and because it's hot, it's going to come to a simmer immediately. I can make sure that everything is in there. This is when I'm gonna take my bay leaf and put it in. I'm gonna take a piece of aluminum foil and I'm going to go ahead and cover it. I want to make sure that it's completely closed. If you have a lid, you can use a lid. The reason it's so important is because of the ratio of the liquid to rice. If you let some of the liquid evaporate, instead of going into the rice, they will evaporate out of the pot and then your rice will become undercooked. You put it in 300-degree oven for 18 minutes and you will have a perfect rice. So we will come back when it's ready and I'll show you how to fluff it up and how to plate it. Now that the rice is cooked for 18 minutes, we're gonna take it out. We're gonna stop the cooking by fluffing it out. So you see, I open it up, there's a lot of vapors come out. We're gonna take the bay leaf and get rid of it. And then what we do is we take our fork and we fluff it up and make sure that it's separated. By doing that, we are taking the cold air and stopping the cooking of the rice so it won't overcook. And if we serve it right away, we can take it and just spoon as much rice as we want. But remember, by seasoning the stock, I made sure that my rice is perfectly seasoned. I'm gonna go ahead and taste some. It's seasoned correctly. You can taste the sweetness of the onion, a little bit of the bay leaf, the chicken stock, and the rice is just al dente. 18 minutes, 300-degree oven, cover it nicely. Every time, success.